Welcome back. You're looking at a dance by famed performer Martha Graham called Lamentation from 1930. While she's known worldwide for her innovative style, many people may not know that Graham is actually a Pittsburgh native. Born here in 1894, her father was a psychologist who was particularly interested in the way that people use their bodies. It's an interest that he passed on to his eldest daughter, Martha. Now, for the first time, the Martha Graham Dance Company is granting permission for Lamentation to be performed in Pittsburgh by someone who is not part of the company. That dancer is Maria Caruso, the founding director of Bodyography. We are happy to have Maria with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So tell us why this is so rare and so unique that you're able to do this.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my history and how I got to this point.
Sure, yeah.
I'm originally trained in Graham, Lewinsky, Cunningham, and those modern vocabularies, as well as the classical ballet technique. And I've made a career as a ballet dancer with Bodyography after 15 years. And I branched off and kind of went into this solo life where I got to travel the world and create work. And last season, I ended up doing a solo show where I kind of went back to my roots. And I thought to myself, what work would be most inspiring for me to do as a restaging, and I immediately thought Lamentation. And I was very fortunate to see Lamentation performed when I was in college by a Graham artist, Myra Woodruff, and it was the most inspiring piece that I had ever seen. Just the architecture, the shape, the emotionality, and it just absolutely inspired my work and where I'm at today. So I reached out to the Martha Graham Dance Company and said, you know, it's been a while since I have gone back to my Graham roots and training, but this would be a huge blessing for me to try and restage this work. And I was very fortunate to be offered and granted the permission to do so.
I imagine that doesn't happen very often, that someone outside the company is allowed to perform this.
I have heard that it's only happened a handful of times, and I think that the Martha Graham resources are working very hard to keep Martha's work out there and to continue to do restagings. And this piece in particular, because it is Martha's solo, it's an iconic work, is a very rare opportunity.
And so we have some video of you, I think, rehearsing this. So when would people be able to actually see you perform this? And is it part of a larger project?
Yes, I am performing it this weekend at Bodyography's Doors and Windows concert. It is part of a full-length evening. The show opens with a ballet that I had created in 2007 to Dave Matthews Band called Kaleidoscope. And the second act takes a more of a serious turn. I work with this piece. I perform Lamentation, as well as a premiere of a new work called Doors and Windows.
For people who aren't familiar with this work, explain exactly what is going on.
So the tube is the costume or the piece and the set piece that she uses. It is the personification of grief, and Martha was really invested and interested in two things, which was one, architecture and shape, and also just emotionality. And it's not the grief of a particular person, but it is just grief in general, grief personified.
In form.
Yeah, and it's almost like doing it and performing it is almost like you're inside your skin and you're allowing those feelings and that experience just kind of stretch out through you. It is a powerful piece. I've never been more challenged in my entire life, and having the opportunity to go to New York and work with Denise Vale as my rehearsal director and Carrie Elmore as my regisseur was just an extraordinary experience.
Well, I know people who are in the dance world, people who follow her work, are very excited to see this. How does that feel to be on stage at the BIAM to do this?
It feels amazing. I have a lot. I never feel like this, but a little bit of pressure.
Right.
It's such a huge work. It's an amazing honor. I'm just so blessed to be here in Pittsburgh and be able to bring it to my community.
Well,
so
it's very exciting.
Blessing.
Congratulations
Thank you so much
for such a unique opportunity.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people are very excited to see it, and you can see the iconic Martha Graham solo Lamentation performed as part of Bodyography's Doors and Windows program this Friday and Saturday at the BIAM Theater. Get more details and tickets at kdka.com/PTL.